Figured out. Yes.
Namandavts, 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 namandavts.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I don't want to stick to the script, but anyway, we'll do it. Welcome to our hybrid virtual in-person but not AI service. My name is Art Nishimura, and I would like to thank you for attending today's combined Dharma family December Soseki Memorial and Bodhi Day service. On Bodhi Day, we commemorate Shakyamuni Buddha's attainment of enlightenment at Bodhi Gaya in northern India about 2,500 years ago and reflect on its significance in our lives today. Seeing as this is basketball season, I think I'll quote from Tim Roy and say this should be a reflection sensation. Some of you aren't, none of you are, because they're not winning as much this year, is that why you don't watch? So, should I bring up another thing for the younger people in terms of the fact that today is December 7th and yesterday was December 6th? So you know what that makes this? 6-7? No, you guys don't care. Should I bring up other terms that my students always bring up? Like, no, we won't talk about that. We will begin this service with a moment of quiet sitting. Reverend Kuwahara will strike the bell, and we will sit for 1 or 2 minutes to quiet our minds and prepare to hear the Dharma. Then he will strike the bell again, and we will continue the service.
Namandavts, namandavts, namandavts. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandavts, 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 namandavts.
Reverend Kuwahara will now chant the Shishinrai, which is on page 27 of the Purple Service Book. He will then offer the dedication, Hyobakumon, and read the Shotsuki names Following the dedication, Reverend Kuwahara will chant Amida Kyo, which is on page 101 of the Purple Service Book. During the chanting, the Shotsuki families are invited to come up to offer incense.
Dedication, Hyobyaku. Today, on this occasion of December Shotsuki monthly memorial service, we gather at the Berkeley Buddhist Temple to remember our family members and friends who passed away in the month of December. The end of life is inevitable for all beings. We may recognize the truth of Buddha's teaching that everything in this world is impermanent. And yet, as we grieve the parting of our dear loved ones, we find it difficult to accept this truth in our hearts. With great compassion, Amida Buddha established a vow to lead all sentient beings to the realm of nirvana upon their departure from this world and bring about their attainment of the highest enlightenment and complete liberation from suffering in samsara. Because of this vow, they have now become enlightened ones or Buddhas who compassionately embrace and guide us on our journey to liberation from suffering. May we encounter the guidance of the Buddha and deepen our appreciation of the Buddha's compassionate benevolence. May we remember with gratitude all we have received from the deceased and reaffirm that we continue to spiritually receive the guidance within their embrace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. So the following people will be remembered during today's Shotsuki monthly memorial service for December. Harumi Suzy Aoki, Dick Hideo Fujioka, Kazue Lucille Fujita, Gary Anthony Glenn, Jay Gluck, Helen Shigeko Harada, Mitsuru Haraguchi, Nora Hatae, Sadami Hayashida, Shigeo Hoki, Jane Michiko Imamura, Diane Shida, Nathan Moichi Iwasaki, Yoshimi Jinbo, Hide Jinbo, Toshio Kaji, Nancy Kakigi, Tazuko Kanda, Toshiko Kaneko, Mio Katayama, Sode Kawano, 亀代吉川、富子小桜、久子増永、三郎松本、若地松本、静江須松岡、リーダージョー、マガイア・ダンフォード、フレッド・三池、増代光康、清志光康、塩水崎、浅野村本、グレイス Y 中原、幸江中原、春子中野、君江中尾、実野島、吉江野中、ステファン・オドネオ、雅子的井大石、新一沖本、寛一沖田、小村沖田、慶治鬼塚、秀子大島、ルース大島畑、岸野太田、キャティ林田ロメオ、時榊、コナミ佐々木、ロビン佐々木レデッカ、ヘンリー薫白本、栄子杉原、菊隅田、ウィリアムサマー、朝子匠、明高葉、広高本、八重豊田、グレイスゆき子上田、トーマス喜太郎ベヒサ、ただし馬渡り、レベレンドクター大鉄雲野、ペルマ俊恵若狭、米子山田、マウチ山下、雪横井、茂横山、佐田吉田、光一吉村、ジョージ敏夫湯浅。So today we will have this memorial service for those our Dharma friends, family members. Now we would like to have a sutra chanting Amida Kyo, which is on page 101. You can find a brief explanation of this sutra, Amida Kyo, Amida Sutra, on page 101. And then actual chanting part starts from page 103. So you are more than welcome to join sutra chanting, or you can also silently follow the English translation at the bottom of each page. And then during the sutra chanting, the family of the December Shotsuki monthly memorial service, so please do incense offering coming up to the incense burner. Amida Kyo, Ryoze Gamon Ichiji Butzai Shae Kokugi Juki Kodoku on Yodai Bikushu 1250人区海税大あらか首相知識長老シャリホトマカモケンレマカカショマカカ千年マカクチラリハタシュリハンダガナンダアナンダラゴラキョボンハダビンズルハラダカルダイマカコヒンナハクラアヌルダニョゼト初代弟子病床菩薩マカサツモンジュシリ法事アイタ菩薩ケンダカダイ菩薩上昇人菩薩ヨニョゼト初代菩薩九尺大観音と 無料商店大祝二次仏語長老舎利本十税財宝果樹万の区仏道右世界妙圧極楽合道右仏ご阿弥陀根源在説法舎利本非道学妙意極楽合国修上無宿単樹昇楽光明極楽宇舎利本極楽国道七十乱十七十羅門七十五十改税司法修相違尿税公費国明圧極楽宇舎利本極楽国道牛ポチ白毒水十万号中地帯順に根社富士四辺街道金言瑠璃ハリ五条上右老各薬医金言瑠璃ハリ社交釈主名の二言直視地中蓮華大尿車輪小式小公大式王公釈式釈公白式白公微妙高血舎利本極楽国土上寿尿税空毒将軍宇舎利本異仏国土上佐天学黄金二次中夜六時二右曼荼羅家五国修上上位昇丹各位英国上昇妙家供養他法十万の区仏即位直時厳冬本国凡時期教業舎利本極楽国土上寿尿税空毒将武士舎利本非国上右修十奇妙雑誌下士長白光空弱オム舎利下領便が愚妙士長霊障宗長中夜六時水和芸を五音延長五根合力七宝大文八正道文妙税東方合同修上門前王に開始念仏年法年祖舎利発王如意師長実税財宝少々小医者非仏国土無三幕宗舎利本合仏国土小無三幕道司名法教無実税小宗長改税阿弥陀欲両法温泉流変化少佐舎利本非仏国土未風水道小法五十牛法羅門水味妙音非尿百千十学同時空差門税王社開示年少念仏年法年相死神舎利本合仏国土上寿如税功徳将軍舎利本お如意運が非仏が皇后阿弥陀舎利本非仏光明無量生じ報国無償生下税皇后意阿弥陀宇舎利本非仏寿命牛五人民無料無辺阿僧義故光明阿弥陀舎利本阿弥陀仏成仏以来王根実行宇舎利本非仏無料無辺正門弟子海あらかん非税三十四小の地消防殺種薬部尿税舎利本非仏国土上寿尿税空毒将軍宇舎利本極楽国土修上少者改税阿弥バッチご中他右一生不詳ご主人他非税三十小の知識単価無料無辺阿僧義公説舎利本修上門者 応答本願願承被告承意者が特用尿税症状善人空営一生シャリ本不可小善福徳因縁特賞被告シャリ本薬善難し善用人門説阿弥陀仏修持名号約一日約二日約三日約四日約五日約六日約七日一心不乱五人臨妙十字阿弥陀仏要生修上下善上善善人修持神父天道即徳往生阿弥陀仏極楽国土舍利本願経税理公正死言薬修上門税摂社応答本願消費国土舍利発尿が根者三段阿弥陀仏不可思議空洞逃亡薬阿宿美仏修味創仏大修味仏修味公妙音仏尿税等五が社修小仏各王合国水工上絶素天風三千大先世界戦場実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空洞一切小仏小五年魚シャリホ南方正解ウ日が東仏妙門公仏大円見仏修味東仏無料精進仏尿税等合が社修正各王合国水工上絶相偏風三千大先世界戦場実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年行シャリホン裁縫正解無料重仏無料創仏無料動物大好物大名物放送上皇物尿税等合が社修正各王合国水工上絶相偏風三千大先世界戦場実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小小五年行シャリホン北方正解右縁見物最小音仏南小仏日小仏毛明仏尿税と合が社修小仏各王合国水工上絶相偏風三千大先世界戦場実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年利発芸法正牛死仏妙門仏妙高仏脱魔仏報道仏自法仏尿税等合が社修正仏各王合国水工上絶相偏風三千大先世界戦場実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年行シャリ情報正解右盆の仏宿の仏工場仏高校仏大円見仏雑式法系言神部さら十王仏法系特仏権一切義部妙趣味戦仏尿税等合が社修正各王合国水工庁絶相偏風三千大先世界戦場実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小小五年行シャリホン応尿意運河が公明意一切小仏小五年行シャリホツ脈善難し善用人門絶小仏小説明牛行名者税小善難し善用人会一切小仏具小言 大徳不大天皇阿のくたら三脈三宝大税公舎利尿頭海東真珠が五牛小仏小説舎利発脈に異発願根発願東発願翼小阿弥陀仏国者税商人と海徳不大天皇阿のくたら三脈三宝大王妃国土脈一生脈根性脈東小税公舎利小善男子善用人脈信者応答発願消費国土舎利発尿が根者小三小仏不可思議空毒非小仏と略小説が不可思議空毒二差前後釈迦無二仏の偉人南慶牛寺のシャバ国土豪辱悪性公辱権辱煩悩辱衆生辱尿辱中徳阿のくたら三脈三宝大異小衆生節税一切政権南進司法シャリホン統治が王豪辱悪性行使難事徳阿のくたら三脈三宝大一切政権摂氏南進司法聖人南仏摂氏教医シャリ発牛小ビク一切政権天人アシュラ等文部諸説寛義真珠サライニコ仏説阿弥陀経アマンダナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダ四苦毒平等性一切道本菩提心往生ナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツ
Okay, deep breaths, everybody. We got it through that. Please rise, definitely if you are able, to sing along with the Gatha, the Bodhi tree, which is on the handout. And then please remain standing for the reading of the golden chain.
Very
Golden Chain 2 is on page 15 of the large service book. Golden Chain 2. I am a link in the Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in the Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. You may be seated. We will now have a children's Dharma message by Reverend Kuwahara.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending today's service. ありがとうございますね。So, how are you today? Good. ありがとうございます。Oh, okay, good. ね。Yeah, so, it's kind of getting, cold, but I really appreciate so many people here today to listen to the Dharma. And then I think Junior IBA is a big day, to welcome, host the monthly meeting. ね。So it is Bodhi Day service about 2,500 years ago, December 8th, Shakyamuni Buddha attained enlightenment. So this Bodhi Day is the kind of time for us to celebrate his awakening, his attainment, right? So by the way, when we think of Shakyamuni Buddha, there are two more important days. So I put two dates, April 8th and then February 15th. I'm asking you, Dharma School student, so what is April 8th? Hana Matsuri, yeah. And then how about February 15th? Dharma School students. So this is the birth of Shakyamuni Buddha. And then another big event in our life. Death, yes. Thank you, Stacy Sensei. So it is, according to Japanese Buddhist tradition, we celebrate April 8th as the day of Shakyamuni Buddha's birth. And then February 15th, it's a kind of closure of his life on this earth. He passed away February 15th, and then we observe Nirvana Day service. But anyway, coming back to December 8th, Bodhi Day. So on this day, Shakyamuni Buddha attained enlightenment, which means he became a Buddha, right? Enlightened one. And then from that moment, as a Buddha, he started a kind of new life to give us wonderful gifts. Wonderful gifts. This is December, since Christmas is approaching. So when we hear the word gift, we may think of, those things. Sorry, especially I'm a boy, so that's why I put like a boy's toy mainly. But unfortunately, the Buddha does not give us gifts the way like Santa Claus does. Okay, so the Buddha does not give us whatever we want. Okay, does not give us whatever we want. Yeah. Then what kind of gift, the Buddha gives us? So let me share one story with you. So this is the story about 3 years ago. Yeah. So I went to Target in Albany with my son Hiroto, my youngest son Hiroto, to buy a pair of pants, right? So when we go, buy pants, usually, there are stickers showing the size, like waist and then length, right? So my size is basically 29 by 30. My size is 29 by 30. So Hiroto and I looked for that size together. And then, at the Target, there are piles of, pants, right? And then we checked them one by one. But we couldn't find the size that I wanted. Then, when the waist fit, then the length was too long. And then the length fit, and then the waist was too big, right? So then, after checking them, for a while at the Target, and then Hiroto said, "Hey, Dad, all of them, all those pants are here too long." And then hearing that, I said, maybe, my legs are just too short. And then Hiroto kind of reacted like a strange face. Of course, I could have complained and said, like, why don't they have my size? This Target is not good. But for some reason, I said, maybe my legs are too short. So I think this is, this shows one kind of small example of how the, gift from the Buddha has changed my life, my perspective. So my pants size, my size is 29 by 30. So if it is 29 by 31, then it is too long for me. But when someone, with a much longer legs, look at the same pants, he would say, right? Oh, they are too short, right? So long, short, like especially pants, right? So long and short depends on who wears them, right? So in that sense, don't you think these pants have no fixed value of long and short, right? So big, small, right? Expensive, cheap, or hot, cold. Yeah. Like he always is hot. But me and Hitomi-san, we always kind of cold at home. Yeah. So hot or cold, and a good or bad, right? In our everyday life, we judge many things by value and meaning. And then because of this judgment, especially when, kind of something totally opposite, we sometimes, argue with other people. But in truth, there is no fixed value. There is no fixed meaning. The value changes depending on who is judging, who is kind of evaluating. So the Buddha clearly taught us things do not have fixed meanings or fixed value, right? Depending on how we see it, or how we hear it, or how we taste it, kind of value meaning changes. So I think this teaching is very important and very helpful for our everyday life. It helps us become more open to people especially who have different ideas, different opinions. It also helps us reduce, conflicts with other people. And it also helps us let go our attachment, right? Or fixed ideas, narrow mind, right? So after attaining enlightenment, the Buddha, he taught many teachings, many important lessons. And then a lot of them helps us live a deeper and a more meaningful life. So in other words, through these teachings, we can receive a new life as a gift from Buddha Dharma, with Buddha Dharma. So let us continue to receive a wonderful gift of guidance from the Shakyamuni Buddha. So again, thank you very much for attending today's service. This is my Dharma message for Dharma School student today. So to conclude my Dharma message, please put your hands together in Gasho. Okay? Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei. 2930?
Yes.
I can't remember when I was 2930. So, I mean, maybe in a relative sense, but in an absolute sense, wakaso ne. You have getting old, staying young. That's incredible. So, Sensei, you are fire. So, thank you, Sensei, for that Dharma talk, although maybe a little, I don't know, humbling for some of us in a relative sense. Please rise if you are able to follow along with the Gatha, Ondok-san 2, which is on page 220 of the Purple Service Book. Please be seated. Now we would like to welcome the following guest, Wiley. Thank you. Welcome. Now it's announcement time. Our favorite part. Today from 3 to 6 p.m., please join the Interfaith for Palestine at Lake United Methodist Church in Oakland for fellowship, spiritual nourishment, and a holiday market to support Palestinian goods and organizing. That didn't work out well. There will be a few speakers who recently visited the West Bank and co-create a ritual on steadfast hope. Reverend C.J. Dumford is part of the organizing team and will be volunteering at the final part of the event. So we only need to show up for the end? Is that what I mean? Annual temple cleanup, next Sunday, December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. Please come to participate in our annual temple cleanup ritual. Is that a ritual? Isn't that a chore? Anyway, breakfast will be served. Oh, it's not. Then it is a ritual. Jodo Shinshu Center parking will be available, but space is limited due to an event taking place at the JSC. The gate will be open at 8 a.m. and closes at 8:30 sharp. Online meditation and discussion, Wednesday, December 17th at 7 p.m. Sign up on the link on our website. The BBT Dharma, a monthly online study session on Thursday, December 18th at 6:30 p.m. The topic is reincarnation transmigration. That's a mouthful. Sign up. The sign up is on a link also on the website. And finally, the Joya New Year's service, Eve service, will be December 31st at 6 p.m. So join us for the New Year's Eve service. Before you go out and do whatever else you're going to do that evening. An evening of gratitude and reflection of 2025. At the end of the service, we will be attending the service. Those all attending the service will participate in the ringing of the Joya no Kane, or the ringing of the bell. Those are the announcements. Now the students will be dismissed to their classes. With Dharma students, please go to the front, gassho, and go to the classroom. All others are invited to remain for the adult Dharma talk. We will now have a Dharma talk by our K-pop boy band member, physique sensei, Reverend Kuwahara.
Thank you, Art-san. That's it. Okay, so before I start my Dharma message, as usual, please let me read this how to listen to a Dharma message. So if you can, please put your hands together in Gassho. I listen as if I were hearing the Dharma for the first time. I listen as if the teaching were spoken just for me. I listen as if this were my last opportunity to hear the Dharma. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 So again, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending today's December monthly Shotsuki Memorial Service, and then also in conjunction with Bodhi Day, service. And yeah, so it's already the first weekend. My first week of December has ended, and then we have 3 more weeks to complete this year, 2025. And soon we will have New Year 2026, and then as Art-san announced, so next Sunday is Temple Cleanup, which is annual big event. So, and then we will have a nice breakfast too. So if you are available, please join us, and then help us to clean up the temple. Yeah. So. Okay, so this is the quote for my Dharma message today. So if you can, please put your hands together in Gassho. Shakyamuni Tathagata, Shakyamuni Buddha appeared in this world solely to teach the ocean-like primal vow of Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 So, yeah, actually, when I printed out my, script for Dharma message today, and then, when Art-san was making an announcement, I was checking it, and then I realized the first page, I didn't print out. So reading it, something, strange. So then I realized, I missed the first page. But anyway, So this passage comes from the Shoshinge. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, we had a Shoshinge chanting, which is a summary of the Jodo Shinshu teaching. And then if you open the purple service book to page 36, Oh, by the way, thank you very much for joining Sutra chanting Amida Kyo today. I am proud of you. I mean, I go to different temples as a guest speaker, and then, within Jodo Shinshu, not only BCA, Hawaii, Canada, many temples, they don't have Amida Kyo chanting because the reason is it's too long. So again, too long, too short, who's kind of in a judgment. But anyway, so because of that reason, so that's why people like a Jusege, which is a very short sutra chanting. But today, listening to your voice of, Amida Kyo chanting, I really, really appreciate your joining sutra chanting. Because of you, I could take breath, right? Anyway, so go back to page 36. So this part comes, you can see the English translation. The first paragraph the top paragraph of page 36. So this is this passage. So Shakyamuni Buddha, as a historical Buddha, in India about 2,500 years ago, after attaining enlightenment, he shared the wisdom. It's a source of guidance for us to live better, for us to live, deeper. We received so much benefits, gift from Shakyamuni Buddha's guidance. And then among, those teachings, guidance of Shakyamuni Buddha, our founder, Venerable Shinran, he said, Shakyamuni Buddha appeared in this world, was born into this world solely just because of Amida Buddha's primal vow. So today, this is my topic. So in this passage, you see two Buddhas, right, mentioned, Shakyamuni Buddha and then Amida Buddha. By the way, Tathagata is an Indian term meaning like someone or something coming from the truth. That is the meaning of Tathagata, which means Buddha. So here, Shakyamuni Buddha and then Amida Buddha, right? So, so this month, I read is a memorial month for Gary Glenn. So, and then shortly before he passed away, he once asked me, Sensei, please talk about the difference between Shakyamuni Buddha and then Amida Buddha in your next Dharma message. So I gave a Dharma message on that topic. So I checked my record. That was December 2nd, 2018. December 18. December 2nd, 2018. Yeah. So in that Dharma message, I used the example of professional basketball team. Speaking of professional basketball, there are many, players, wonderful players. But from them, only 5 players are selected to make one team, right? And then each player is kind of best of the best, right? And then each player is placed in the position where they can play their own, skills best, right? And then all of them, the 5 selected 5 players, they play their best for one goal, that is to win the game, right? So in the same way, there are many Buddhas, right? And then today we had a Amida Kyo Sutra chanting. And then from page 119, if you open page 119. So by the way, Amida Kyo can be divided, roughly speaking, 2 parts. The first part talks about what is Pure Land, or describing the adornments of Pure Land. That is the first part of Amida Kyo. And then second part is, you see that a lot of names of Buddhas, right? A lot of names of Buddhas. And then 6 directions. And then all those Buddhas are praising Amida Buddha, which is the second half of Amida Kyo. And then here from page 119, you see, many names of Buddhas. Right? And according to the Pure Land Buddhist teaching tradition, we too will be born in the Pure Land once we complete this life. And then each of us become Buddhas. Right? So according to Mahayana Buddhist tradition, there are many Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. Right? So this is idea, kind of teaching, uniqueness of Mahayana Buddhism. In other words, every one of you has a potential to become a Buddha. Right? Everybody can become a Buddha. So that's why we talk about the Buddha nature kind of thing. Okay? And then all Buddhas exist to guide and then help people who are suffering in this samsara. So Shakyamuni Buddha Amida Buddha. There are two among many, many Buddhas. And then just like other Buddhas, they are also working very hard to, liberate us from the, this, challenged, difficult life in this samsara. So today, I would like to talk about, those Buddhas, like Shakyamuni Buddha, Amida Buddha, or those Buddhas, using the example of doctor. Last time I used a professional, sports players, but today, doctors. So when we feel sick, many of us, unless it's not urgent, right? Many of us first visit our home doctor, right? And if needed, our home doctor send us to a specialist, right? So home doctors, they have a wide knowledge. But when it comes to treating a special illness, special disease, it is best to rely on the specialist, right? So sometimes it is said, this relationship, the relationship between Shakyamuni Buddha, Amida Buddha, is like that of general doctor versus and a specialist. So we live busy lives in our everyday life, ordinary world, right? And then as a although I took ordination, but I'm not a monastic, so monk. So although we live, we don't live home, right? We kind of still, living a secular life. And then we don't have much time to perform Buddhist practice, right? Like monks, nuns who live in the monastery, right? Dedicating whole their life to Buddhist practice 24/7. And we suffer from our own, blind passions or three poisons, gas within ourselves. And at the same time, all those our blind passions, gas three poisons, cause trouble, challenges, difficulties to other people. Like, when we pass gas, I suffer myself, and then people around me also suffer, right? So that's the reality of passing a gas, greed, anger, stupidity, right? So from the Buddha's point of view, we are very difficult patient, very difficult patient. And then because we are such, difficult patients, a special Buddha is needed, So sometimes when people are sick, then they, try to hurt to recover by their own effort, right? Like for diabetes, we are not supposed to eat certain, food, right? And then we also need to exercise. Sometimes patients also make effort to, treat for the treatment. But this patient may not want to make such effort, so lazy, making an excuse, right? Or, this patient may not have the strength or good commitment to do so. Totally, wholly engage, my life to Buddhist practice. Or this patient may not even be in the, condition to try to, make effort, right? Maybe this patient is too lazy. So instead of a path where the patient must make a great effort, another path was prepared where everything is done by the Buddha. Everything is done, prepared by the Buddha. So back to a medical field. For example, when a person in a critical condition is brought to the ICU, right, intensive care unit, ICU, the patient can only receive the care, treatment given by the doctors and the nurses. So from Buddhist point of view, we, like an unenlightened being, or especially who are not so good at performing a Buddhist practice, are like such critical, patient brought to the ICU. Right? So because of that, Amida Buddha prepared a path or teaching where everything is done, prepared for us. So that's why the teaching of Amida, path of Amida, is called other power because Amida prepared everything, like doctors, nurses kind of provide treatment to the critical, condition patient. And then at the heart of other power path is the deep wish or compassionate wish to cure, save people like us who are in such a difficult condition. So this deep wish is called Buddha's primal vow. Buddha has a very deep vow, wish, aspiration to take care of, cure all beings with such a difficulties. So there are many people in such difficult situation, but no matter what kind of person I am or you are, Amida Buddha accepts everyone without any discrimination. So again, let me go back to the Shoshinge passage, page 36. Page 36, yeah. So this is today's passage. The next paragraph at the bottom. So they are like the last line. The bottom line says they are like waters that on entering the ocean become one in taste with it. So Amida Buddha's primal vow, compassionate vow, aspiration, accept me, each of you just as you are, without judging or rejecting. So it's like, many rivers, pure water, dirty water, big river, small river, eventually run into the big ocean. And then eventually all those different kinds of water turn into, salty water. In the same way, Amida Buddha accepts everyone, no matter who you are, Amida Buddha accepts and then turn us into the enlightened one. So this is how Shinran Shonin kind of praised kind of power, working of Buddha kind of transforming us to enlightened one. Because Amida Buddha accepts everyone, and all of us, many different kinds of people are brought to Amida Buddha, right? Like all kinds of patients, brought to good doctor. So out of deep compassion, a practice was prepared, established, that fits even the most difficult patient. The practice is very simple, recitation of Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Nembutsu. So Namo Amida Butsu is very short phrase. Compared with other Buddhist practices, it is very short, it is very simple, and it is very easy. But in this simple practice, even this short phrase of Namo Amida Butsu, there is innumerable, immeasurable virtues in this short phrase. So when we take when we get sick, we take a pill, right? In this small pill, all necessary important ingredients kind of encapsulated, right? And then to invent this small pill. And then if pill is big, it's really difficult to swallow, right? So that's why it has to be a certain size. And then this small pill, kind of pharmacist, engineer, they spend tons of time, effort to put everything necessary, encapsulated into small pill. So same way, this short phrase Namo Amida Butsu, Amida Buddha put everything necessary for us, right? So to truly feel the deep compassion and a deep wish contained in this Namo Amida Butsu, and then that kind of appreciation, realization, awareness, how much within this short, simple practice is called Shinjin, or faith in the Jodo Shinshu tradition. So when we encounter, this innumerable compassion, aspiration, Buddha's deep wish, then our, recitation of Nembutsu coming out from our mouth because of, in response to Buddha's benevolence or Buddha's wish. So that is our recitation of Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. So the doctor does not ask the patient to make effort or to heal. Instead, this doctor, Amida, prepares everything and then heals even the worst, most serious patient with a very simple treatment. So Amida Buddha is truly a great, great doctor. So that's why, Shakyamuni Buddha introduces, refer people to, hey, go to Amida Buddha. There is a wonderful, wonderful Buddha. So go to, this Buddha. This Buddha certainly cures you, liberates you from the difficult life in this samsara. So that's why, because of the working or deep compassion of Amida Buddha, so Shinran Shonin said, Shakyamuni Buddha appeared in this world solely, to teach the ocean-like primal vow of Amida Buddha. So we are, Jodo Shinshu Buddhist tradition. Maybe if we go to other Buddhist tradition, then people, say something different. But at least from, our founder Shinran Shonin's perspective, take of, Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching is, this Amida Buddha kind of cures everything for us. This is the best, doctor. So we should go, talk to this Buddha. So Berkeley Buddhist Temple is the place where we can listen to the voiceless voice of Amida Buddha. And this is where we recite Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu in response to Amida Buddha's calling or embrace directed to each of us. So this is the last Sunday service of the year 2025. But hopefully next year too, please continue to come to this temple and then receive the great gift of Buddha Dharma. And then live a spiritually fulfilled and then meaningful life. Again, thank you very much for your attendance today's service and then support and this year 2025. ありがとうございました. So I would like to conclude my Dharma message reading this passage one more time. So if you can, please put your hands together in Gassho. Shakyamuni Buddha appeared in this world solely to teach the ocean-like primal vow of Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. So now I would like to say thank you to the people who have made today's service possible. First, today we had such a wonderful chairperson. Azu-san, ありがとうございました. Thank you very much. Yeah, I envy your kind of skill of kind of naturally talking, nicely. 羨ましいです。Maybe because of your job. You're good at talking. So, and then I'd like to say thank you to the live streaming team for your help during today's live streaming service. ありがとうございました. And then thank you DI and then BBT music team for the beautiful music for the Garza today. ね、ありがとうございました. And then thank you Dharma school teachers and your guidance to Dharma school students and then parents who brought your Dharma school kids Dharma school student to the today's service. ありがとうございました. And then thank you, December Toban monthly group for your help to prepare the refreshments after the service. ありがとうございました. Thank you very much. So this concludes today's service. Thank you everyone who joined the service today in person or virtually. There will be no service next Sunday, okay? But please come, sure to come and then participate, join the temple cleanup if you're available. はい、ありがとうございました. Thank you.